The graduating class of 2018 has chosen one of their peers, a leader in his own right, to speak on their behalf as the 2018 valedictorian. Mrs. Keeley, would you please come forward to present the valedictorian medal and sash? Please join us in recognizing the 2018 graduating class valedictorian, Peter Tran.
Good morning, graduates, friends, family, teachers, and administration, for gathering here today to celebrate our time as Knights at St. Pete's. On this very special day, we will celebrate, reminisce on our past, and look forward at our bright futures together. First of all, I'd like to thank my fellow peers, my friends, my second family, for voting for me to be your valedictorian. This has been my dream since grade 7, and I'd just like to thank you guys for making my dream a reality. I'd also like to thank you guys for being by my side for all these years, and for being the most amazing people that I've ever had the privilege to meet. Words cannot express how eternally grateful I am to be presenting this speech to all of you. So from the very bottom of my heart, thank you for everything. In this speech, I am not going to create an elaborate analogy for high school, because there's simply no other experience like it. Instead, I'm going to tell the story of the swolest grade to have ever graduated from high school. However, I'd like to start off this speech by thanking all the people that have gotten us to where we are today, sitting here in our caps and gowns. First off, I'd like to thank every teacher and coach that we've encountered on our journey for guiding us and forming us into the amazing group of people that we are today. Without them, we would just be a bunch of idiots that take selfies and play Fortnite all day. Thanks to them, we're just a bunch of idiots. But seriously, these individuals have been outstanding role models, and have been with us since the very start of our journey, and have taught us so much throughout. Some of the lessons that we've learned from our teachers through all these years is that jet fuel can't melt steel beams, double office on Fridays is the best, and that you can still get multiple degrees and end up as a bald law teacher that wears the same constantly be on the lookout for egg-throwing physics teachers, and that if we're ever hungry, there will always be a buffet in the anthro class. However, the most important lesson that we learn from our teachers and coaches is to never give up on our dreams, and to give 100% in everything that we do, academic or not. For teaching all of us such valuable life lessons, on behalf of the graduating class of 2018, we'd like to thank you all for everything. The laughs, the memories, and for the unconditional love. Thank you. I'd also like to take this time to thank the principals as well. Even though Mrs. Keeley, Mr. Pinches, and Ms. Lorchella are relatively new to our school, they have shown that they are respectable, caring, and will continue to better St. Pete's long after we're gone. I'd also like to give a very special thanks to Ms. Schreider for sticking it through with us and being our VP from grade 7 all the way to grade 12. Only the most patient and understanding people could fulfill such a role. Though it may seem like they just roam the halls to make sure that we stand during the announcements and take off our hats, they do a lot more. They care for us, support us, and guide us in making good decisions. Without them, our school would not be the same. Lastly, we'd like to thank our wonderful parents. We'd like to thank them for contributing so much to our school and community, and for raising such wonderful people, and for putting up with us after we told them that the Wi-Fi is down for the 10th time. For going back into the battlegrounds to help me assume math homework that they've already had to struggle with in their own high school career. For driving us to sports games only to see us on the bench for an hour. And most importantly of all, for letting us use their cars to rip Dons at lunch. But seriously, we'd like to thank our parents for being the most loving and caring people that we could have ever asked for. So on behalf of all the graduates, and I know we don't say this enough, but we will be forever grateful for all the sacrifices that you made for us to get to where we are today. These past 6 years would not have been the same without your constant love and support, so thank you. With all this help from our teachers, coaches, principals, and parents, we were able to push beyond our limits in arts, sports, and academics. Our arts program is truly amazing, with our drama kids putting on phenomenal plays year after year, with our senior and jazz band performing outstanding pieces with our drama kids, and putting on performances at the winter concert and their elementary school tour. Our grade has seen an unbelievable amount of success in sports as well. This year alone, our football, soccer, curling, golf, lacrosse, track and field, basketball, and rugby teams have done exceptionally well, all of them having won the championship of their division and making other schools in the city look like absolute dusters. On top of these team victories, there are several individuals among our graduating class who are some of the most outstanding and talented athletes that our city has ever had to offer. From Team Canada rugby players to top-tier hockey players, our graduating class has so much raw talent. We also have a basketball team that somehow managed to lose every single game in one season and win the championship in the next season. Our grade has also seen a lot of academic success as well, with dozens of our fellow graduates following their dreams by going to some of the most competitive and prestigious programs in all of Canada. Journalism at Carleton, Biomed at Western, Clown College in Toronto, engineering at Waterloo, and several students being accepted to RMC as well. On top of this, one of our graduates is also the student trustee amongst the whole school board, which is such a prestigious title. However, with every success comes a journey, and our journey was a pretty crazy one, with crazier memories that come with it. From the scavenger hunt on the Quebec trip and the CN Tower on the Toronto trip, to the activities of the grad retreat this year. From the sunburns at Clips on the track and field day to the awkwardness at all of our 7-8 dances. From barely passing exams in grade 9 to still barely passing them in grade 12. From Yik Yak and house party to the whip and the dab. From singing Hey Boppereba on crazy bus rides to sports games to our crazy bus ride to after prom. From hearing Katy Perry roar at the beginning of our high school journey to finally understanding how my plug talks at the end of it. I think that it's safe to say that no matter what high school threw at us, whether it was facial acne or Ebola, we've all still managed to live up since grade 7. Our high school journey has been filled with memories such as these that we'll look back upon and laugh about forever. On this very special day, it's important for all of us to look back and reminisce upon memories such as these. However, it's also vital that we take this time to look at the future, what steps we need to take to handle it. Now, I will not give you guys cliche advice on how to live your life for the following years in this speech. Instead, what I'm going to do is give you guys practical advice that you can all use every day. First piece of advice. Living off of the college and uni diet of ramen, fast food, and candy is going to make you lose all of your gains that you've worked way too hard for in high school. Instead of benching 2 plates and getting gains all year long, you'll get the frosh 20 and be passing out after trying to run a lap around the track. Second and final piece of advice. After the journey of high school, I think that it's safe to say that all of us know what it is to work hard. The long hours, the sacrifice. However, this hard work is meaningless and hollow when our goals revolve around materialistic things. This is why my second piece of advice is to work towards a passion, towards life, not purely for security or salary. I've heard of so many people who waste life on pursuit of a 6-figure salary. Though that may be amazing to have, a 6-figure salary cannot buy wanting to work 100% every day towards something that you simply love, something that you're willing to die for. A 6-figure salary can't buy you life, love, happiness. It can't buy you the feeling that you get when you wake up next to the person that you love, or the feeling that you get when your son or daughter uses a whole fist just to grab your finger. So whether you're 30 or 60, I want your pursuit of a life of happiness, a life of prosperity to never end. And I guarantee you guys, if you work the long hours, weave your own path, and most importantly of all, pursue your dreams, that 6-figure salary will come alongside you in no time. However, by that point, 6 numbers on a flimsy piece of paper will mean absolutely nothing to you, because you've achieved something that few people can say that they have achieved in their entire lifetime. You've achieved eternal happiness. If you think I'm ill-minded, simply take a look at all of our teachers. Do you think that they took this job because they thought it was an easy job that had a decent salary? No, these people are capable of opportunities that come with a much more luxurious lifestyle. However, they're doing this job because they simply love it. They love the feeling that they get when they see one of their students smiling. They're addicted to the feeling that they get when a student finally understands a problem that they've been struggling with for days. So I invite you guys to do what our teachers have preached us to do during our entire high school journey. To follow our dreams and to look at every obstacle as not an obstacle, but as a goal you're willing to work an endless amount of hours to meet. I want you all to take this advice when you're on your journey to achieving the greatness that I know you're all more than capable of achieving. I want you guys to take this advice when you're inspiring generations to come. So whether you're in uni or college or wherever, I want you guys to show the world your true potential and give it everything that you've got. If you're going to be a clown for the circus, you better be the best damn clown in the world. Or you can completely ignore what I've said today and follow the footsteps of American hero Ricky Bobby and follow his footsteps in his motto, if you're not first, you're last. With this being said, I have one final thing to say to all of you. These past 6 years have been filled with an endless amount of memories. And when I reminisce on these memories right now, I don't know whether I should smile because of how awesome our time with each other has been, or to cry because this is the end of the road for such memory making. But what I know for a fact is that I will never forget the time that we spent with each other. I will never forget the first time that we walked into school together, or the first time that Vivian claimed to be my sister, because, you know, Asians. I'll never forget hearing, when I'm sleeping, I'm awake. When I'm sleeping, I'm awake. Or the first time that I listened to EJ's song Snapchat. I'll never forget when we elected Bashar and Jeffrey, Aham and Jeffrey, as our presidents. Or when we kicked St. Matt's butt in football at Millennium. I'll never forget when we were all topless on Tuesdays, or the first time that we woke up at 6 a.m. for SEQs because they were mandatory. My point is that with so many of these memories, I will never forget any of you. This has truly been the time of my life. You guys mean the world to me, and I just want you guys to know that you're only a call away because you're all my family. Now let's get out there because our paths are waiting. And although they may not meet, I'll think of all of you every step of the way.